You know what? There are so many times I talk to some young people, some young dudes, and that decide to go to church. These are young men that decide to want to, get off the corners, stop selling drugs, stop affiliating themselves with gang banging. And so they decide to go to the church. Well, when they go to the church, they're met at the front door by the devil. The devil meets them at the front door in the guise of a preacher or another young person around their age that's working with the youth. So when they walk in there and they say, well, yeah, we need more brothers like you to work in the church. We need more, strong black men in the church, to talk to the young people, to get the young people off the street. So then the brother comes in thinking that he's going to work in the church, help other young brothers that may be headed in the wrong direction. Come to find out, the devil that met him at the door decides to send him text messages. Now, this is something that was told to me just this past week by this young brother that decided to go to church. He decided to start text messages in his brother, talking about how, yeah, he's a minister, but he sins and yada, yada, yada. Now, keep in mind, this sodomite has got a beautiful, she's gorgeous fiance. He's got a beautiful child, but yet he's using them as a crutch to hide his homosexuality. And you have so many dudes out there that's hiding their homosexuality behind the church, being a minister or even being married. But yet every young dude that walk in that church, man, you're giving them your phone number. You're giving them your phone number. You want them to call you. We can hang out sometime. It's got nothing to do with the church or the young people that he was talking about. So this young brother went off on this minister. And after he went off on him, he decided to, delete the dude's number out of his phone. And he says, I'm not going to church. I'm not going to church. Before, young people used to make an excuse for not going to church. But nowadays, I can see, man, because them sodomites are not just in the choir now. They're in the pulpit. They're working with the young people, the youth. And that's another avenue they use to try to draw young brothers in there to seduce them. Those seducing spirits. So I can understand why so many young brothers don't go to church no more, man. I can understand that because the devil meets them at the door. But you have to learn how to be strong, right? Try the spirit to see us of Yah. You have to try that spirit. I remember my sons used to always comment on my demeanor when I meet new people, okay? Because I wasn't too welcoming, right? And maybe it was my facial expression, my body language, but, my son was like, Dad, you be like, just be mean and people are afraid to approach you. Well, that's the whole purpose. Because I know when I started going to church, man, yeah, there was a lot of sodomites in there. I seen them. But not one time did a sodomite ever disrespect me. Not one time did a sodomite ever come off the wrong way with me. Okay, because right from the giddy up, they can look in my face and tell, we're not going to mess with this brother. We ain't going to mess with him. And not one time did I ever have a problem with a sodomite in the church. As a matter of fact, when the church was over, when Bible study was over, Sunday school was over, I headed towards the door. I was straight out that door. I wasn't social, man. I didn't stick around and smile. But I'm going to tell you something. For you brothers, that these young dudes, man, when you go in there, man, they get you because of the fact that the environment of church and you coming in thinking like, okay, I want to change my life and I'm in a safe zone. And you start smiling and joking and clowning around and befriending them. And then that's when they decide to stick that what's that thing that the scorpion had? The scorpion sting. That's when they start sticking that scorpion needle inside you. You know, that venom filling you up, man. And next thing you know, man, you hanging out with them. Right? You hanging out with them, and that spirit will jump on you. That spirit will jump on you. I've seen it happen. Where you got dudes, man, that start hanging around a certain group of people, and then all of a sudden they start acting the same way. That's why a lot of y'all young boys that you always have, like in the beauty shop, in the nail salon, you always have around women. And then as that boy get older, you start seeing him carrying a bag on his arm, because he's only imitating what he see on a daily basis. All right. So if you decide to go to church, man, you try the spirit to see if it's of Yah. Don't be too friendly with everybody, man, because everybody in the church ain't right. So feedback, tell me what you think until next time. I'm fearless.